Here's the milk that I pumped this morning. It's called Huckleberry. Good morning. We are on the 3rd week of postpartum and this is the vibe right now. This is her. She is grunting. Sometimes I give it like a few minutes because they say that they're in their active sleep when they do that, and then usually she falls right back asleep. So I usually just carry this with me, and then if she keeps crying, then that's when I'll pick her up. But I made some coffee this morning and I think it's already cold. I have so much left over in the fridge because my parents had breakfast here Sunday morning and then they left all of the food here. Yeah, we're just trying to finish what we have in the fridge before we do more groceries. We had a really nice evening last night. It wasn't as tough as the rest of the other evenings. There's a few evenings where I was just breaking down into pieces as she cries because I don't know what else to do, but last night was good. Here are the milk that I pumped last night. I think I had like 6 ounces. Here's the milk that I pumped this morning. So this one I pumped 4 ounces of milk. So hungry. I think she's pooping. Are you pooping? She always makes this face when she poops. She's like, there you go. Lena. Good boy. Hi, this is Bruce. Hey, it's April. Just calling back for the referral. I got a letter and then I returned a call, but I never got a call back, so wanted to see if that's still available. It says on the letter that I received, if not hear from you, November 15th. So I called, I think, like November 13th. I left like a voicemail. I'm trying to call everyone that I need to call today, so I'm calling to see if we can get like a pediatrician. Is it pediatrician? Yeah, a pediatrician for her. Because I am still in care from like my midwives for like the 6 weeks postpartum. So after that's done, I think she just goes back to like a I think family doctor. If she's like perfectly healthy and normal, then we don't really need like a pedia, but just in case, I'm gonna try and find like a pedia. I'm gonna do that. And then I also just called the psychiatric office because I asked for a referral postpartum to chat with someone who can kind of just like be proactive and stuff. And the first few weeks have been taking a little bit of like a toll on me mentally, and TJ has been like a great support for it, but I just wanted to kind of like chat with somebody about it just in case. But yeah, so it's currently 3:30 and I just put her to take a nap again. I'm using this app. It's called Huckleberry. There's other apps out there, but this is the one that I'm using, and then pretty much whenever I nurse her, I track it. That way I know how long was the last feed. Whenever I change diapers, I track it. That way I can also see how much diaper change she's doing per day. That was pretty important the first few days, especially because we wanted her to flush out. Oh, sorry, Chewy. We wanted her to flush out jaundice in her system. She had a little bit of like jaundice, so I was tracking her wet diapers and stuff. So how many times she's peeing, how many times she's pooping, especially the poops. That was the first thing. That was like one thing that I really needed to track. But yeah, I'm just gonna pump my right side because it is getting a little bit full. Usually I would feed her both breast, but sometimes she takes like 25 to 30 minutes sometimes feeding off one, and then I feel like I have oversupply, so she's getting the right amount that she needs. If she's still hungry, then she would like cry for it, and then I would like obviously just give her the other breast. But there's some feeds where she would feed off of one and then she'll be fine with just that. And then this is the one that I'm using. It's like an electrical pump, Medela. And then I also have this Haka. I don't know how to use it properly just yet, so I haven't been using it religiously, but this have been my lifesaver. So we're gonna pump for again, that's also something that I'm tracking in my Huckleberry, just so I know how much I'm pumping, and then how much sessions I'm pumping, and then how much I'm getting out of each pump. We're gonna pump for, we're gonna do 15-20 minutes depending how I feel, and then yeah, go from there. And while I'm doing that, I am gonna put some cream on my other boob, because that's the one that she just breastfed on. This has been my lifesaver. Lanolin. If you're planning on breastfeeding, grab one of these bad boys. I think Medela also have some. There's a bunch of different ones, but it just protects your nipples, and then it soothes and protects sore, dry nipples, which your nipples can get very sore on like the first few weeks. Considering it felt so full, this is how much I got. And oh shit, this one I think is gonna be 2 ounces of milk. 2 ounces of milk, just over. I'll show you guys my stash as well this week. And this is like 6 ounces or 4 ounces each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 times 7 is 28. So this is 28 ounces, so it's good for a day of feeding. And I just pumped for 15 minutes because I woke up with my boobs just full. So last night she woke up, well, I woke up around 2 to pump, and then she woke up around like 2:15, so I breastfed her for like 50 minutes. So I put her back down around like 3:10, and then she woke up again around 5:30. So we both had pretty good enough of sleep, I think. I wasn't fussy, she wasn't fussy, she wasn't crying a ton. Like, she would feed and then I would try and burp her and then I would put her back to sleep, which is like a good night for us. There's been like a few nights where she's just like super fussy after feeding, like she wouldn't go back to sleep, so it's been rough on those nights. But yeah, last night was pretty good. I just finished journaling, and it would be nice to just kind of like read the journals that I've entered here for when I was still pregnant, because then I feel like, especially at night when I'm struggling with nighttime, I feel like it would be a nice resource to have this one handy, just in case I want to remember all the excitement and stuff that I was feeling before she came. And hopefully that kind of like gets you through the night, because right now I have night terrors. I get so scared when it hits nighttime, because I just don't know what's gonna happen at night, if it's gonna be a good night, if it's gonna be like a fussy night, is she gonna cry all night? I just overthink that a lot. So when it hits like 6 p.m. 7 p.m. I just get so scared of it. And also like it's almost like I'm anticipating the loneliness from like the 2 a.m. feeds, the 3 a.m. feeds whenever she wakes up. And I think that's like the toughest time doing all of this postpartum, because I'm also healing, like my body's healing, my stitches are healing. And when it hits nighttime, I shut down, like my brain shuts down, it feels like, and I just don't know. But I think it's getting better a little bit. I've talked to the nurse that I was telling you guys about. So I've gotten like an appointment with like an actual psychiatrist that focuses on like prenatals, postpartum therapies. So I have an appointment with them next week, I think. And then I'm also adding in a few therapy sessions from our EAP program at work. I still have access to it, which is nice, which I'm adding a few like therapies in addition to like the psychiatrist one, just because I feel like I need it. I'm trying to be super proactive about it. Like there's one night where I had felt like a postpartum rage, where I was just getting so mad at her because she wouldn't stop crying, and I picked her up without any gentleness in the world. And I got so scared because it's almost like I did it subconsciously, where I was just like, what do you want? And I was crying. And after that night, I was like, I need help. I need to chat with someone about it. I need ways to cope with those rough nights, and I don't want her to suffer from the mental load that it's giving me, obviously. So yeah, I'm talking to a psychiatrist. I'm adding a little bit more therapy session with like a social worker on top of that, who also focuses on like postpartum prenatal stuff. So hopefully that helps a little bit with some coping. And yeah, it's gonna be okay. Everyone's saying it's gonna get better, but I just can't wait to be stronger. Like I just can't wait to be stronger here, because I feel like it's a lot of that. Like I'm just so weak mentally right now. I just can't wait for that mother instinct to just be there, and to just be like, I got this every night. Doesn't matter what type of night I'm gonna have. And I know it's gonna come, like I know it's gonna be here, but I just need a little bit patience to myself, and a little bit more grace, because like the nurse said, he was like, you're doing the best that you can, and that's all she could really like ask for right now. So I'm just gonna take that and run with it, because it's true. I'm doing the best I can,